Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Movie Melee. We got an exciting one for you here today. In the singles division, we got Tom Houseman going up against Nick Carley. We haven't seen Nick Carley since the first tournament of the year. We've had a lot of tournaments this year, but the platinum ticket tournament at the beginning of the year, Nick Carley unfortunately lost to Tim Brzakala, but he's 2-1 going into today's match. He started off his career at 2-0, a very impressive 2-0. He's going up against rookie sensation Tom Houseman. Very impressive start to this year. Well, even though his record's only at 1-1, he has one of the highest accuracies in the league. So he's going to be a very tough test for Nick, and I think it should be an interesting match all around. So we'll get right into pre-match interviews, starting with our higher-ranked competitor who chose to go first for interviews, Nick Carley. Nick, it's been a minute since we've seen you, but you're back in the ring. How do you feel going into today's match?
Feel good. I would be lying if I didn't say that first one stung a little. I mean, Tim's a great player, but also just everything that could have gone wrong did. So it was my first knockout, and I think pretty much, if not my first or second, but it stung a little bit. So I've been kind of sitting on that and, just, waiting to get another shot. So Tom's I've only seen Tom in a teams match, and I was very impressed. He definitely seems to know his stuff. So I'm going to try to just bring my best today and hope it's enough.
All right, sounds good. I like the attitude. Well, good luck to you today. We will bring in your opponent for this evening now, Mr. Tom Houseman. Tom, you're back after a very close but very, very great match against Ryko. Now you're going up against Nick, who I don't believe you've played yet so far. Well, that's not a hard thing to say because you haven't been around for that long. So there you go. But thoughts going into today's match?
Yeah, I'm excited. I watched his matches because I was trying to prep some trash talk, and honestly, he's too nice. Suspiciously nice. He compliments his competitors when they get questions right. He compliments the people who write the questions when they ask hard questions. I'm nervous. I don't know what he's planning, but I think either way, whether I win or lose, I'm gonna leave feeling good about myself. So.
All right, I like it. Well, good luck to you and as well, and we will get into round number one, which will work like this. It is the whiteboard round, so each player will be asked 8 different questions in 8 different categories of movie trivia, which they will answer individually on their whiteboards in 15 seconds. If they get all 8 questions correct, they will be asked a bonus question, also worth 1 point. And each player has 3 repeats and 1 challenge to use for the entirety of the match. Any questions before we get started?
Nope.
Alrighty, then your first question in round number 1 will come in the category of the 2000s. You will find the songs America, Tiny Dancer, and The Wind in what 2000s music film? Very good songs. I approve. A solid little 3-track playlist here. Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nick.
I wasn't going to waste a repeat. I didn't get anything.
All right, and Tom?
That's Almost Famous.
Yep.
Almost Famous is correct. So that Tom takes the early 1-0 lead. So we get into your next question in the category of Oscars. How many acting nominations did The Banshees of Inisherin receive? This is an awesome movie that I just kind of forget exists every now and then, but it's great. Love it. Good stuff. Way to go. I almost gave a hint. There we go. I'm not going to continue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Tom.
Great movie. I got 4 nominations. Deserved every one of them.
And Nick?
I think I only put 3. Dang it.
4 is correct. So Tom extends his lead 2-0. And the people nominated were Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, Barry Keoghan, and Kerry Condon.
Right.
A little bit of category fraud for Gleeson, but we'll forgive it.
Agreed. Your next question will come in the category of the 2010s. In True Grit, Texas Ranger LaBeef is pursuing Cheney because he murdered a man with what government position? Yeah, the person who wrote this question told me they made it very clear that his name is pronounced LaBeef and not LaBeouf, and I thought that was weird.
That is
It really should. The way it reads, it really should be LaBeouf. LaBeef sounds weird, but anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nick
Sheriff.
and Tom.
I took a shot. I said U.S. Marshal.
Both incorrect. We were looking for senator.
Senator.
Sure.
Okay.
So no perfect round as we get into your next question in the category of actors and actresses. Richard Dreyfuss and Ron Howard star in what 1970s film? Don't want to give away any hints about this one. So I'll go back to Banshees of Inisherin. What a good film, huh? Killed a donkey with his finger. That was crazy. Good stuff. Spoiler, I guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Tom, I believe.
I feel like little Ronnie Howard popped up in Jaws.
And Nick.
I put American Graffiti.
American Graffiti is correct.
Nice.
So with that, Nick gets on the board 2-1 as we get into your next question in the category of coming of age / teen. In The Virgin Suicides, the Lisbon sisters' father teaches what subject? Classic pick a subject question. Gotta love it. I haven't seen this film. Heard good things. I think I got asked a question about this in my first match, or was it my second? I don't know. Second, because I think it was when I beat Kirk. Good stuff. Sorry, Kirk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Nick.
I just put history. I really don't know. It was a guess.
And Tom?
I also guessed history.
Both incorrect. We were looking for math.
Oh, the other one. Yeah.
Wasn't one of the ones I was thinking of, so I don't feel bad.
So your next question will come in the category of drama. In Wild at Heart, while on their way to California, Lula and Sailor pass what, which Lula says is a bad omen? Yeah, so for the Virgin Suicides question, when we tested that, everyone put English. And everyone was wrong. But it was weird that everyone guessed English and was incorrect. So that was strange. This movie right here, Wild at Heart, good stuff. Good stuff. I did not write this question, but I watched it yesterday. 5,
Nice.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Tom first.
I haven't seen this one, but I know it's weird, so I said a burning building.
It is very weird. We'll go to Nick.
I just did a totally random one. I said the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you didn't even drive past that.
Yeah. Both incorrect. We were looking for a car accident.
Oh.
It's like the site of a car crash. All right. So your next question will come in the category of comic book movies. What Canadian city does Scott Pilgrim versus the World primarily take place in? Here we go. A Canadian geography question. Yes. We don't get these very often. Got to cherish the moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Nick.
I believe it's Toronto.
And Tom.
I made a joke in my last match about a Canadian geography question, and this is what I get. I guess Toronto.
Toronto is correct.
Okay.
So then your final question of round number 1 will come in everyone's favorite category of classics.
Good.
Who directed Easy Rider? So in the document, beside Toronto, it says in parentheses you, because the person who wrote that question is a big Edmonton Oilers fan. There's a hint for you. I shouldn't have said that. I just outed our writer. I apologize. Try to narrow it down, guys. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
3. All right, that is Tom's first repeat. Your question again. Who directed Easy Rider? I've seen a surprising amount of people that I follow on Letterboxd have this movie rated low. I quite like this movie. Very much so. It was in my top 100 at one point, but I haven't seen it in a minute, so I can't tell if it would still be, but it's good. Really, really good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Tom.
I know who it is. I just couldn't pull the name.
And Nick?
Yeah, I believe he's one of the actors in the film. I just couldn't remember his name either. So,
We were looking for Dennis Hopper.
Yep.
All right, so then coming out of round number 1, I have Tom in the lead 3-2 as we now get into round number 2, which will be in the wheel round. I got that all screwed up there with my words, but it's okay. So each player will get the chance to spin the wheel, which will decide what category they'll be answering questions in today. 5 questions, each worth 2 points apiece, unless they check down a multiple choice, in which case it'll be worth 1 point. Stealing is available in this round, and also if they don't like what the category they spin the first time, they can spin a second time, but they must take whatever it lands on then. Categories on the wheel today are pre-2020 directed by Guy Ritchie, which is Nick's strength, as well as 2000 to 2019 stage-to-screen musicals, which is Tom's strength, as well as the general categories of comic book movies, 2010s, comedy, 1970s, recent releases, and sports. So, Tom, since you are in the lead, would you like to spin first or defer to Nick?
I will defer to Nick.
All right, then, Nick, this will be your first spin. You land on your opponent's strength of 2000 to 2019 stage-to-screen musicals. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I'm going to have to, I know it's a shocker, but I'm going to have to spin again.
All right, so then you must keep whatever category it lands on here. You land on comic book movies.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, so your first question in the category of comic book movies. In The Empty Man, how were James's wife and son killed?
I'm going to play it safe on this one. I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, a house fire, B, a car accident, C, a street mugging, or D, a home invasion.
All right, I'm going to go with my initial guess. B, it was in boy car accident.
That is correct for 1 point. Your second question. What is the first name of the cannibal played by Elijah Wood in Sin City?
Damn it. It's been way too long since I've seen this. Hate to do it for the editors. Multiple choice.
Your options are A, Kevin, B, Henry, C, Blair, or D, Edgar.
Kevin?
That is correct for 1 point. So now your third question.
Okay.
Who directed The Rocketeer?
Oh, shit. What's his name? I looked this up recently. Crap.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Your options are A, Chris Columbus, B, Rob Cohen, C, Joe Johnston, or D, Stephen Herrick.
I think it's Joe Johnston.
That is correct for 1 point.
Man, need to take a shot on some of these.
Your penultimate question in this category. Who plays Professor Brutenholm in 2019's Hellboy?
Yeah, no sense in wasting any time. Multiple choice. Gosh darn it.
All right. Your options are A, Ray Winstone, B, Charles Dance, C, John Hurt, or D, Ian McShane.
Oh my gosh. Can I hear the options one more time, please?
Sure thing. That is your first repeat of the options.
Yeah.
Your options again, is it A, Ray Winstone, B, Charles Dance, C, John Hurt, or D. Ian McShane?
Ian McShane?
That's correct for 1 point.
Okay. All right.
Maneuvering your way through this category. And
Yeah.
your final question of this category. At the end of Snowpiercer, what animal is spotted outside the train, which indicates that the outside world is habitable?
A polar bear.
And that is correct for 2 more points. So at the end of Nick's turn, he gets a score up to 8. Tom's still at 3, so he'll bring back the wheel for what will be Tom's first spin. And you unfortunately land on opponent's choice. So, Nick, what category would you like to give to Tom?
Oh. I mean, I want to give him mine, but I know he's been watching mine. Oh. Man. Why not? Let's actually do sports.
All right. So your first question, Tom, in the category of sports. In 1976's Bad News Bears, what position does Tatum O'Neal's character play?
Oh, that's. I think I know, but I'm going to go multiple choice just to be safe.
All right. Your options are A, pitcher, B, back catcher, C, outfield, or D, first base.
I'm going to go with my instincts and say outfield.
This is unfortunately incorrect. Nick, for the 1 point steal, is it A, pitcher, B, back catcher, C, outfield, or D, first base?
I'm thinking it's B. As in boy.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for A, pitcher.
Oh, right. That is. Yeah, I was thinking of somebody else. Dang it. Okay.
All right. So your second question, Tom. In Creed, the final match between Adonis and Pretty Ricky Conlon takes place in what English city?
Going to take a shot and say
Four.
Manchester.
It's unfortunately incorrect. Nick, for the 2 point steal.
I'm willing to take a repeat on that one.
All right, that is your first repeat. So your question again. In Creed, the final match between Adonis and Pretty Ricky Conlon takes place in what English city?
Okay. It's not.
Five.
Yeah, I thought I knew
Four,
it. I'm just going to go London. Final answer.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay.
So your third question. How does Roy's father die at the beginning of The Natural?
Just watch this. Multiple choice.
Your options are A, car accident, B, asthma attack, C, heart attack, or D, struck by lightning.
I'm going to say a car accident.
That is incorrect. Nick, for the 1 point steal, is it A, car accident, B, asthma attack, C, heart attack, or D, struck by lightning?
I'm going to say heart attack.
That is correct for the 1 point steal. So your penultimate question in this category, Tom. Who plays Monica's mother, Camille, in Love and Basketball?
This is another one I think I know, but just to be safe, I'm going to go multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Alfre Woodard, B, Felicia Rashad, C, Mary J. Blige, or D, Angela Bassett.
say B, Felicia Rashad.
That is incorrect. Nick, for the 1-point steal, is it A, Alfre Woodard, B, Felicia Rashad, C, Mary J. Blige, or D, Angela Bassett? Sorry, can we get both hands on screen?
Sorry.
Oh, it's right there. So yeah, my bad.
It's between two that I think. I'm going to go with A, Alfre Woodard.
That is correct for the 1-point steal. So now your final question in this category, Tom.
Can I get a score check?
So Nick is in the lead 10-3 right now.
Okay.
So your final question. What is the profession of Tom Cruise's character in Jerry Maguire?
He's a sports agent.
That is correct for 2 points.
I watch movies.
Coming out of round number 2, I now have Nick in the lead 10-5 as we get into round number 3, which will work like this. It is the pick your poison round. So how it will work is we will be going back and forth drafting categories, starting with the player in the lead. Once a category is drafted, it cannot be drafted by your opponent. Once all categories are drafted, the player behind will answer questions until they take the lead. The players will choose which category they would like to take for their 1, 2, 3, and 4-point question in that order, and we will go until there is a mathematical winner. And the categories that they could choose from today are recent releases, sports, fandom, musicals, action/adventure, 1970s, 2010s, and classics. So we'll let them pick their categories right now, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. The players have selected their categories. We'll start with Tom since he is down. So what category would you like for your 1-point question?
I'll go with classics.
All right. So your 1-point question in the category of classics. Name both actors to play the lead characters in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
That is correct for 1 point. But you are still behind, so we'll stick with you for your 2-point question. What category would you like?
I'll say sports.
All right. So your 2-point question in the category of sports. In Major League, Rachel inherits the Cleveland Indians from which deceased family member?
Her husband.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nice.
You'll still stick with you. What category would you now like for your 3-pointer?
So I have musicals and 70s. I will say 1970s.
All right. So your question in the category of the 1970s. In what 70s film will you find a gambling-addicted club owner who is forced into murdering a man for the mob after he is unable to repay his debts in cash?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure, that is your first repeat. Your question again. In what 70s film will you find a gambling-addicted club owner who is forced into murdering a man for the mob after he is unable to pay his debts in cash? There you go.
Can I take a shot and say California Split?
It's unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. All right, so then it comes down to this. Tom has his 4-pointer remaining in the category of musicals. If he hits it, he'll send it back over to Nick. If he misses, Nick will be the winner. So your question in the category of musicals, reminder, you have 1 repeat remaining. What is the name of the film studio that R.F. Simpson is the CEO of in Singin' in the Rain? Five.
Repeat.
4. All right, that is your final repeat. Your question again. What is the name of the film studio that R.F. Simpson is the CEO of in Singin' in the Rain?
Something popped into my head real fast. We'll see if it's correct. Monumental Pictures.
That is correct for 4 big points.
Thank you to the person on an airplane next to me last year who was watching Singing in the Rain.
All right, so
Okay.
now we'll go back over to Nick to answer some questions. So what category would you like for your 1-pointer?
Let's go 2010s for one.
All right, so your 1-pointer in the category of the 2010s. What genre of music is Sebastian a fan of in La La Land?
Jazz.
That is correct for 1 point. So now we are in a situation where if Nick hits any of his remaining 3 questions, he will be the winner. So for what would you like for your 2-point question now?
Recent releases.
All right. So your 2-point question in the category of recent releases. Who plays the adult version of Furiosa in Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga?
Is it Charlize Theron?
That is unfortunately incorrect. We're looking for Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, the adult. I overthought that way too much. All right.
All right.
I deserve that.
You have fandom and action/adventure remaining. What would you like for your 3-pointer?
Fandom.
All right. So your 3-point question in the category of fandom. In what fandom film will you find a top secret alien study program called Project Stargazer? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your second repeat. Your question again. In what fandom film will you find a top secret alien study program called Project Stargazer?
Oh, God.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. I don't have it.
That is incorrect. We're looking for The Predator.
The Predator. Okay. I wouldn't have gotten that.
All right, so now it comes down to this. Nick is on his final question in the category of action/adventure. If he hits it, he will be the winner. If he misses, Tom will be the winner. So your question in the category of action/adventure. At what kind of location does the bus blow up in Speed?
All right, I'm taking my shot. Great game either way, Tom. An airport?
And your winner, Nick Carley. Airport is correct. Great game. So we'll now go to post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second-place finisher today, Tom. Tom, you fought back really well in round number 3 there. Ultimately, I think this was a bit of an off game, I'd say, for both competitors today. It's like I know when he picked sports, I was a bit shocked because I've seen you play, and I've seen you play in the category of sports where you swept the category.
Sports is a good category for me. That was just a disaster of a round. There were a couple where I was torn between 2 options, and both times I picked the wrong option. I left the door open for him, and I thought I might have gotten real lucky at the end there, but he pulled the speed answer, and wasn't much else I could do.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've still proven, I think, this year to be a very, very solid competitor. So I know when you do come back, I think whoever you face is definitely going to have their hands full. But is there anyone in particular who you'd want to face when you return?
Oh gosh, I watched a match recently with Igor. I don't remember his last name.
Igor Kosik.
He got 3 steals on his opponent's strength category, and it just kind of blew my mind. So I think if I'm gonna get my butt kicked by anyone, I think it would be fun to do it by him.
All right, I like the moxie. Great game today, Tom. We'll put you backstage for now, and we'll bring in our first place finisher for this evening, Nick Carley. Nick, like I said, a bit of an off game, I'd say, from both competitors today. But I think what really separated you from Tom today was just how well you were able to navigate comic book movies. You checked down to multiple choice, on the first 4, but you still got them all right. And yeah, I had my doubts when he gave him sports at first. I was like, oh, maybe Nick wasn't watching the game tape, but it ended up working out for you in the end. So I guess I can't really complain much there. So yeah, good job on that. Yeah. So and you were able to pull it off on the 4-pointer. So overall, a very gutsy performance, solid comeback from I think a bit of a rough round 1, but overall a good performance. So how you feel overall?
Good. I mean, yeah, like you said, I must have missed the match where you swept sports because but like I kind of mentioned, I knew, I kind of assumed that he would be spamming my strength, so I didn't want to give him that in just to be safe. So like you said, I mean, there's a bit of luck in all of that, and it worked in my favor today. And I seem to have won every match of one super obvious answer that I way overanalyze and miss it. And that was my 2-pointer recent releases. I should have gotten it, no question. But it worked out okay. I'm glad that Speed is one of my favorite movies, and that I couldn't have worked out much better for me in that sense. So really happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this moves you up now to 3-1. Very impressive record. I don't know what the plan is for when you'll be coming back next, but sure. I assume it'll be I don't want to make any promises. Who do you want to face next when you return?
I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point for people who have seen my matches. I don't really have anyone I really want to play against. I'm here to have fun. That's been my big mantra this year, is trying to. Before I took it a little too seriously, and now I'm just trying to enjoy myself. And it seems, I seem to be thinking about that a lot better, and that seems to work out so far. So, very long-winded answer. I'm okay with whoever I play. I know now being 3-1, it's probably going to be somebody. No offense to everybody else, but someone that's going to be pretty up there in terms of of knowledge. So I'm really going to have to be ready next time.
I mean, if you play similarly to how you played today, I think you have a good shot at beating them. I mean, I consider Tom to be very, very in terms of knowledge base, very up there. So I think this is a very impressive win today.
Thank you.
So yeah, congrats to you. We'll put you backstage for now, and I will close this thing out. Yeah, great match overall. Again, I think maybe it took some shaking off the cobwebs, I think, at the beginning of the match for both competitors. But Tom, it might have seemed like he was having maybe just a bit of a rough day trivia wise. We've all been there. I mean, I had a match early on in my career in my first season where I scored maybe one point total in the whole match, and that was a rough pill to swallow. But it happens. I'm sure he'll be back, and he's going to be a handful for whoever he faces next. Nick, although playing very, very well. And I know he had some unfortunate misses that he regrets, in recent releases, but hey, he was still able to, survive in advance and get the victory. So major props to him there. But yeah, thank you all for watching this. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you to the writers, players, showrunners, everyone who helps make this league what it is. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Goodbye.